G'day chaps, here we are, playing a little bit of Dying Light the Following, and I thought I'd just kind of show you a little bit of a mission that I really enjoyed. I'm starting out in the game, I'm pretty fresh, and I'm going to tell you right now I'm pretty rusty. I had the Dying Light on the Xbox and thoroughly enjoyed it, so if you're looking for some sort of critical review where I look at the negatives of the game, you're not going to get one, because I really enjoyed the Dying Light. I think it's the only game that has really sort of done zombies right. Obviously it's not completely open world. It is an open world scenario, but it's not a sandbox, I guess that's what I mean. It is very much a story driven game. It looks fantastic. If you've never played it, then I would absolutely recommend it. I'm sure it'll be in sales now and again, and this expansion seems to really have added a lot of genuinely good content to the game. A couple of things, if you are thinking of picking this up, if you do have the Dying Light already, you will have to... It only lets you play the following expansion once you already have completed the sort of introduction in the normal game. And I'd already done that on Xbox, I didn't want to do it again. So a way you can get around that, how I actually got around that, was Googled completed save games. So yeah, I went and got myself someone else's save game, someone who completely finished the game, because I couldn't be bothered going through all the prologue and learning how to play the game again, because it's just boring. So this mission's really, really simple. As you can see on the right hand side there, we have to look for a vehicle at the nearest farm. If you are familiar with the Dying Light, you'll realise that this is pretty different. There are no buildings. We're not in a city anymore. We're out in the countryside. And as you can see, I meant what I said when I said I'm pretty rusty at the game. This is me screwing up the controls. These guys that are coming at me right now, they're the runners. They're super quick and really annoying. You'll see a few more of those in a minute. So what's different about this? You're out in the countryside. The basic story is that there's some kind of cult, and you have to find the leader of the cult. And I think you have, the same as kind of with the base game, you have to prove yourself to the group that you've joined. And then once you've proved yourself to the group, there'll be some sort of climax, and you'll end up saving the world again. The big thing that's different in this is the buggy, and this is really it's a really nice addition to the game. You'll get to see that in a little bit when I go and pick it up. And I love the way you have to go and fight for it too. You don't just go and find it, you have to go and actually fight for it, which is awesome. Obviously there's going to be a little bit of a few spoilers here, like a grappling hook. You don't get that in the base game. That's just the really helpful guy who sent me on the mission, saying that he forgot to tell us there's a bunch of bandits at the place we're going to. As you can see there's a hunting tower spotted, and so I head into the woods here, the forest. I'm trying to stay low. Now I get out my best weapon. This is pretty much the best weapon you can get in the game. This is a military rifle, and I crouch down just for effect. And this is the base that I need to get into here. So let's have a little look. There's our guy, and there's one guy. Now one shot. That's got to be two. That's another one in the nuts, one in the bum, two in the chest, three in the chest, four. I'm just saying this because I was struck by just how ridiculous it is. You have to shoot these guys about 100 times, unless you can pull off a headshot. And even if you pull off a headshot, you still have to shoot them about 4 or 5 times. So, yeah, I don't think you can really do much. I don't know if you can change the difficulty of the game. Can't remember if you can or not. Now, I thought I'd hit him with a headshot there, but nothing particularly happened. These guys are obviously made of sterner stuff. yeah, a little bit about the story. So you are Kyle Crane. You learn about this cult living outside the infected quarantine city of Haran. And this cult has successfully controlled the virus. So you make your way out of Haran to take this on. Now, I've noticed someone obviously taking a few pot shots at me here, and I can shoot him back. But of course, we know that that's not particularly useful. So I see these particularly handy-looking oil drums. What are the chances? There'll be an oil drum just sitting right there. Yeah, so you basically heading out, and the story is that... Oh, I hate these things. But they go down pretty easy. You have to kind of find out the secret of this cult. How come they've beaten the virus? Because the idea, of course, is to try and find some sort of permanent cure. And yeah, that way sort of save humanity, and especially Haran. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit interesting. I think yeah, because I'm playing on an Xbox controller. I'm playing on the PC, but on an Xbox controller. I nearly get taken down. I'm down to 15 health there. They're so inaccurate. And maybe actually in future I should switch back over to the mouse and keyboard, but this is where things get a little bit hairy. And then another one of these little... those runners so they can jump up. And here we go, this is when we start getting into a little more action. Now I haven't got any kind of grenades at this point. Grenades are really... that guy took a direct bullet to the head and he's still moving on the left. Even a helmet wouldn't have stopped that. So I can see on the map on the top right, there's a ton of enemies. They're all around me. So I'm trying to stay down. I've got the high ground. Look at this. Look at this. Look how many look how many shots it takes. Ridiculous with a high-powered rifle. So I'm not about to go and take him on hand-to-hand combat. Just double checking I had no grenades there. Trying to take another guy in the head. One shot. It's 2 shots. 3 shots. 4 shots. 4 shots to take him down. Pretty tough heads. Now we're at least safe from zombies at this point because we're in the base and they have this wall around. That was pretty satisfying. So we're down to, what do we have on the radar? 1, 2, I think we've got 3 left. And I reckon, because it's short range, let's have a crack with the shotgun. Boom. But these guys seem to be pretty immune to shotgun shells. I think that seems, it's pretty close range, seems to me. And there's his buddy taking shots at me too, and they're throwing grenades also. So it's all getting a little bit close for comfort. And these guys are just not going down. And then the zombies come in, and I'm kind of thinking, actually, this is quite useful. And then there are these dirty grey tanks there. Why not open the door like that? So we break the wall down. And then because the zombies are keeping our little friends busy, as you can see, I start thinking, maybe it's time to get in that. Maybe it's time to get in the car. Now, the original game was actually, I think it came out in 2010. So this is a good 4 or 5 years after. But I've got to say, I mean, it still plays just as well as it did previously, and it's a fantastic game. Really would enjoy it. I really would. I do enjoy it, and I really would recommend it. And this, the driving here, is awesome. It's as you can see, it takes me a little bit of getting used to. It doesn't drive quite like a car. It's very much like a buggy. So it's really quite responsive. This did not exist in the base game, so it's great that they added this. And mowing the zombies down like that is really pretty satisfying. Now, it's the same basic mechanics in terms of danger. You're basically hunted at night. So at night, if you go out, you get in real trouble because you get the sort of super zombies who come out, and they are very, very tough indeed, and they will hunt you, and they are extremely quick, very deadly. However, you get points. You have a skill tree, and you get points based on experience, and you get much more experience if you go out at night. Oh, big blue things, and tonk straight into the bowl. So by this point I'm kind of thinking, okay, I'm kind of starting to get a feel for it. I'm starting to wonder where the handbrake is. I want to start doing some proper skids. And that was a much better corner. So you very quickly get used to it. It's not too hard to drive. And it is just a good laugh. There are also a few new weapons in this expansion, so they've added a fair bit. There's a crossbow, and there are some new firearms, or submachine guns, and revolvers, which is pretty cool. There's also a new difficulty mode called Nightmare Mode, which extends the duration of nighttime, as well as the strength and health of enemies. I'm not sure I'm going to be doing too much of that. Yeah. And here we go. We take it back. And boom. We are home. And then I'll start wondering, can I actually drive this thing in a base? Are you going to open the doors for me? Nah. You're just supposed to park it right outside there. So yeah, again, if you enjoyed the Dying Light, or if you're on the fence about it, I would absolutely recommend it. It is quite expensive. The cheapest I've seen it for is $16 US, and that's on G2A.com. If you want to buy the full game, including the expansion, it really is quite a lot. It's basically the price of a AAA game. So I would wait. It's a little bit old, but this is me taking screenshots right here for the thumbnail of this video for you guys. But yeah, I mean, it's got the skill tree, it's got crafting, the acting, the voice acting's, I've got to say, it's not the best in the world. But that's kind of beside the point, because the side missions are really good fun. They're really quite entertaining, and they're pretty well fleshed out. And the main missions are really pretty satisfying, and a lot of them are quite challenging. You don't really have any penalties for dying. It just puts you back in your last base, so you can sort of do it with impunity. Yeah, so it's not a survival game. It's a fairly traditional kind of console-y type, AAA type game.
You're looking for Khan? He's gone.
Here's an example of the voice acting and how amazing it is.
Leave, huh? What, at gunpoint? And who's they?
They finally did what my father should have done a long time ago.
Anyway, I doubt you're all that interested in what they have to say here. This is just a lead into the next mission.
Answer my question.
Boys, thank you very much for watching, as always. I hope you've enjoyed this very short look at the Dying Light the following. If you really want me to do a little gameplay for you, let me know, and if there's enough people asking, then of course I like to do what you like to watch. Otherwise, yeah, see you in the next one. As always, if you're interested in giving me a hand in buying more games like this, maybe we could save up for No Man's Sky together. and I could play that on release day for you guys, yeah, then take a look at Patreon and get your name in the credits. Otherwise, yeah, see you in the next one. Ciao for now.
I assume there is a way to do this.